Hello, friends, and welcome. Hello, Pruvit community. My name is Dr. Heather Carton, and I am super excited to be with you here on this Wednesday to help answer all your questions you have on all things Pruvit. So as you're joining, as you and your friends are getting notifications about this live, I'm going to tell you just a couple minutes about myself and how I became a part of this incredible community. And then we're going to get right down to business. That's helping you better understand how you can optimize your own journey towards better health using our incredible Pruvit products. So let us know where you're joining from. I actually live in Kansas City, but today I'm joining you live from Park Rapids, Minnesota, here at our family cabin. But I've actually been a healthcare practitioner for over 25 years. I practice alongside my husband in Overland Park, Kansas. We've actually been living, teaching, helping patients learn how to actually use a low-carb ketogenic lifestyle. It's part of our protocol in our office for many patients and has been for well over 2 decades, how to actually use and optimize a low-carb ketogenic diet to optimize your health, to actually help use it for better brain, better body, better performance. So you can understand how excited we were in 2015 when we heard Pruvit did what no one else has been able to do. I actually thought in my lifetime there was never going to be a company who could actually make a pure therapeutic exogenous ketone. Because after helping people for over 2 decades get into that amazing state of ketosis, your body's burning better fuel source, your brain is optimized, your body's optimized, I also know how challenging it can be to actually get in that state of ketosis where your body's burning fat for fuel. It can be sometimes, if your health is not optimal, it can be hard to stay in that amazing state of ketosis, either because your sleep is off, your stress is high, your gut is not in optimal health. So now we know that your gut doesn't have to be in optimal health. You don't have to measure, you don't have to identify if there's underlying food allergies, if maybe your sleep is off, if your stress is high. Now we know that you can choose any lifestyle, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, paleo, low carb, keto. Now you simply just need to grab yourself some water, some pure therapeutic exogenous ketones made by Pruvit. Yes, by Pruvit, the only one on the market that guarantees it'll put your body in ketosis in less than 59 minutes. So super excited to be with you here today to talk about our amazing Keto Nat, all natural, pure therapeutic exogenous ketone, and our other amazing tools that help support the ketones to help for you to optimize your body. So let us know where you're joining from. I've been with this community since 2015 when we only had one single flavor. We didn't have a Facebook page, Instagram, a YouTube channel, Pruvit TV. So I want to help you better understand how you can optimize your health. So I myself drink 2 packets of ketones every single day. I do 1 to 2 electrolytes depending on if I'm sweating, how hard I'm working out, depending on how my sleep was. I generally also love the functional keto cream that has different types of MCTs, different collagen, CMed, which is our amazing anti-aging formula. I just shook up some Heart Tart, brought that to the cabin. My husband is actually right now on a little trend drinking the Mexican ketones. He loves the tartness of those. So let us know what you're watching, but it's not about what I'm drinking today. It's about how I can help you better understand all about ketones. We do get that common questions. How many should I drink a day? So we do recommend that 2 is optimal performance, but if you know that your gut health is off, if you know that maybe you've not been eating the healthiest, you've gotten into some processed foods, or life is just busy, we know that sometimes getting your body back to that native state of ketosis where you're burning fat for fuel, you know maybe you've had some artificial additives in your diet the last 1 to 2 decades. We know that as ketones have a mild diuretic effect, your stomach can also have a little bit of waiting period as it transitions back to ketosis. So maybe start with 1 ketone if you find yourself in the restroom. Maybe start with a half a ketone the first two days, or maybe 3 days as your body acclimates getting into that ketosis state. So super excited to have you with us here today. Would love to help answer some of those questions that you may be having. Feel free to go ahead and invite your friends, invite your neighbors over to this page. You can share this right now. If you've shared it, put share down below because you can share it right over to your own page if you'd like. And we know that we do have friends, and we know this community is actually all over the world now, which is so exciting that we are actually a global company now, helping people find their optimal state of health. So yes, if that happens to you, if you find yourself having some increased trips to the restroom, a little bit of diarrhea, that is absolutely normal. So if you start off with our 10-day challenge and you start off drinking 2 servings of ketones a day, two servings of ketones a day, and you're having some diarrhea, great job listening to your body. Simply either do one of two things. Either drink the ketones with a little bit of fat or protein. It can be a tablespoon or two, whether it's some nuts, some nut seeds, a scoop of avocado, maybe a bite of chicken salad, tuna salad, a boiled egg, a leftover steak or chicken, just a little bit of fat or protein to slow down the absorption into your body, or just reduce it down to 1 serving, do a half a serving mid-morning, a half a serving mid-afternoon. Allow your body to get acclimated to the ketones, and then simply increase the ketones as your body gets acclimated to them. And welcome, welcome from around the world. Let us know how long you've been drinking ketones. If you've ever done the Reboot, which is our amazing cellular anti-aging program to help reset your body's metabolic system, let us know. Put Reboot down below. So great question. The Keto Kreme does not have any ketones in it. However, we know that we have different MCTs, specifically the MCT, which is a medium chain triglyceride, C8. Your body can turn that very quickly, specifically your liver will turn the MCT or C8 into additional ketones. So if you're already in a fasted state, we get this question a lot, will a Keto Kreme break my fast? In many cases, it will not. However, in a very small population of people, it can. I've seen it happen if people do a poorer quality or lesser quality of coffee, maybe not organic quality coffee, or if you have a caffeine sensitivity, maybe just try a half a serving. The best way to know is check your blood glucose before with the plain cup of coffee or the coffee you have at home. Do a full serving of Keto Kreme, and then 30 minutes later, check your blood glucose. If your glucose rises, then either you're caffeine sensitive or the Keto Kreme broke your fast. However, most people it doesn't, because of MCT, the C8, the medium chain triglyceride, your liver will take that and turn it very quickly into additional energy called ketones. So that, for me, it actually lowers my blood sugar about 10 points. So I know it doesn't break my fast. I like to have 2 cups of coffee, so I will actually do a half a serving in each cup, but you can actually have 2 servings of Keto Kreme a day. Remember, it does have a few hundred calories. So if you're doing 2, you're going to end up having, it says 130 calories, but absolutely is power packed. Is called functional fat, has Ceylon cinnamon, which is great for digestion. It's great for your blood sugar. It's a great antioxidant, has our amazing C-Med, which is again great for anti-aging. So this is not for just for coffee. You can put it with tea. You can sprinkle on top of muffins. If you make a mug cake, you can put it on top of that. You can put it on top of pancakes or waffles. You can also make a biscotti or a cookie out of it. So we have lots of amazing recipes on our Drink Ketone Daily page, which once you are a customer, you get a privileged invite to that page, and you use the hashtag keto recipes. You're gonna find a lot of recipes on that page using our amazing Keto Kreme that comes in a lot of different flavors. We have we have a caramel macchiato. We have an Irish cream. We had a toasted marshmallow a couple years ago that was amazing. I hope that comes back for a flash sale. We have a lot of different flavors, so stay tuned for that. And today, because of Wi-Fi, I don't have my computer up here, so I am watching for your questions. So please feel free to drop them down below, and I'll do my best job possible to answer any and all questions that you have today. I know several people are asking about very specific health conditions. Know that we always want you to check with your healthcare practitioner before, because they know your healthcare, they know your health history better than anybody else. So always check with them prior to starting any healthcare product, any healthcare supplement, making any dietary changes. Check with them first, because they do know your health, but also know that ketones are water soluble. What that means is your body, once you shake it up and drink it, your body will use what it needs. It will go right to the cells for energy, and then your body will excrete out what it doesn't need. So does not get stored inside your body. So if you drink your ketones today and say you don't drink any tonight, you don't drink any tomorrow, and you're not on a ketogenic diet, you will not test for being in ketosis. It will actually, your body will use the energy for 2 to 4 to 6 plus hours, depending on how fat adapted, depending on how fast of a metabolizer your body is, depending on how healthy your cells are. So know that if you drink your ketones today, you will be in that state of ketosis from 1 serving of that, anywhere from 2 to 4 to 6 plus hours, depending on your health of your cells, your activity level, kind of how your body's sleep was, your cortisol level, the overall health of your adrenal glands, your thyroid glands, just your overall body's health will determine how long you stay in that state of ketosis. And again, it's water soluble, so it's not stored in the cells. It's excreted out, just like water is excreted out when you drink excess and your body doesn't need it. The same as B vitamins, C vitamins, those are all water soluble. With my phone, I'm not getting a lot of questions today. I'm seeing a lot of people watching, so feel free to type your questions down below so I can get those answered. Oh, Hannah, great question. I like it as an appetite suppressant for a few hours. So that's a great question. So ketones we are not a weight loss company. It's not a weight loss supplement. What ketones are is they are a fuel for our cells. They also help increase communication between one cell to the other cell from different parts of our brain, the different organs of our brain, the different glands of our brain, to also the different hormones of our brain. We have hormones called ghrelin and leptin. One's a hunger hormone, one's a hunger suppressant. We also know that our stomach has to tell a part of our brain when we're full and when we're hungry. So often those get disrupted when we get into that snacking phase, and we were told to eat every 2 hours in 1980s. So now as we try to reestablish good eating habits, eat when we're hungry, stop when we're full, listen to our stomach, not eat just because it's time to eat, not because the bell rung, not because it smells good, it tastes good, not because it smells super good, not because I'm watching a TV show, not because I'm lonely or depressed, but eating because you're truly hungry. Ketones help reestablish that proper communication between our hunger hormones. So as an appetite suppressant, it does help that satiety, which means filling fuller longer. So it helps reestablish that communication. We know that our cells are filled with fat. Our fat cells are stored with energy called fat or adipose tissue. And we know that once we burn through our glucose and glycogen, our liver is so smart, it says, hey, I've got energy stored somewhere else. I'm going to go get out of those fat cells and break that down into ketones. That's what our ancestors did when they would have to go 2 or 3 days without food. That's what happens on the reboot. That's what happens when you're truly in a ketogenic state, when your body's consuming fats, when you're consuming it on a daily diet, or when you're fasting, or when you're on a ketogenic diet, your body's burning fat that you're actually eating and then what your body has stored. So it knows how to do that, but we have to get that proper communication between our hunger hormones. That can happen with our 24 fast. That's why you reset that every week with our 24 fast. And also our monthly reboot will help you reset those hunger hormones between ghrelin and leptin, between our stomach and our glands and our brain, to help you reset that. So you're just not eating because, oh my gosh, I'm going to go on the boat, I better take some snacks, or, oh, you know what, I just actually canoed, I'm going to take some snacks, or I'm on a vacation, I should have some snacks, watching the fireworks, have some snacks. No, we're eating for energy for our body. So ketones help reestablish that natural communication between our hunger hormones or the satiety hormones, where we actually feel fuller as we should, since we have that stored energy. Great question. Thanks for asking that. So Delphine is asking, my blood pressure is a little higher after drinking ketones. Is that normal? So ketones do not treat high or low blood pressure. However, some of the top 5 causes of high blood pressure are: number 1, lack of exercise. We know ketones give you more energy, so people are more likely to get exercising. We also know they do have caffeine, so make sure you're drinking a caffeine-free. Oftentimes we do like people, especially as you get older, to use the caffeine and the ketones because it helps get the ketones, the caffeine will help get the ketones into the cell quicker or better, because as we age, that can actually be a little bit slower getting the ketones into the cell. But if it does raise your blood pressure, Make sure you're drinking the caffeine-free ketones. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water so that your urine is a light color, white to yellow. Don't count the water in your ketones as part of your daily water intake. People will generally have a cup of coffee and then they'll start drinking ketones with caffeine, and they weren't drinking caffeine before. So simply lower that, and then make sure you're getting out and getting walking. And we also know low sodium, I'm going to say that twice, low sodium intake actually elevates your blood pressure. So if you find that maybe you've lost a few pounds, you're drinking ketones with caffeine, maybe not drinking as much water as you should, because caffeine is a ketones are a mild diuretic. You want to add some Mito Plex to that, because electrolytes actually help reestablish a normal blood pressure, especially as you lose some unwanted fat. Ketones being a natural diuretic, you will lose some of those essential electrolytes. So that's why we love that Better Bundle Back, is because it has the electrolytes. I'm holding the thing, it has the electrolytes with the ketones in it. So if you find it increase your blood pressure, make sure you're walking, drinking plenty of water, add some electrolytes. And if you're not for sure if you're drinking enough water, just stop and count for 2 or 3 days. I have patients all the time think they're drinking enough water. We just say, hey, why don't you just make sure you count it out? Don't count the water in your coffee or tea or ketones, because that actually works as, they all work as diuretics. So you don't want to count that water. Just count water by itself. Great question. And let us know where you're watching from. I know I saw 2 or 3 people asking about pregnancy and ketones. So you just need to check with your healthcare provider. I know many healthcare providers don't want any women having any caffeine during pregnancy. We know there are benefits of having healthy fats during pregnancy for breast milk or for healthy functioning of the uterus lining, more healthy fats. But when it comes to drinking that, please check with your healthcare provider first. I can't give you that medical information, nor can Dr. Andy or any of our specialists, or can our promoters. So check with your healthcare provider first. So Katie Hart is asking mental health benefits for ketones, anxiety benefits. So Katie, I love this question, because we know the ketogenic diet was originally formulated and discovered for children who were having multiple seizures daily or yearly, just on an ongoing basis, who were not responsive to the medications that were available back then. And so we discovered, or they discovered back then, the scientists, that if they lowered the glucose or carbohydrate intake and they replaced it with fat intake, just exactly like babies came into the world, because we know babies didn't come into this world having ketones, or having seizures, but as they developed and we started introducing food is when we saw actually seizure activity starting in infants or starting in toddlers. So they went back to the basics, saying, okay, infants are in a state of ketosis when they're born. We're not seeing that seizure activity. However, when we see them in toddlers or see them in younger children, they're having multiple seizures but not responding to medication. So we just went back to what we knew are the basics. So we put children on a ketogenic diet. We saw seizures drastically reduced on a ketogenic diet that were non-responsive to medications. So we talk about mental health and ketones, and these are not studies funded by Pruvit, but basic science information about ketones and health. We know ketones actually calm down dopamine, which is our impulsivity hormone. It can be our anxiety hormone. It can increase our fight or flight. We know that ketones help that fight or flight switch happen to our rest or repose. So it helps increase GABA, which is our feel good, joyful hormone. So when we talk about the benefits of ADD, ADHD, increasing focus, increasing cognition, it is because of the oxygen benefits that we get when we're in a state of ketosis, getting to the brain, getting to the muscles. It kind of slows everything down. So we're absorbing more information. Also, that's why we see that reduction in anxiety. There's a lot of information scientifically about fasting. Again, not by Pruvit, but when people fast for 24 hours, it reduces anxiety up to 40%. Again, this is not through exogenous ketones, but we do know when drinking exogenous ketones, we know sugar increases anxiety, sugar increases ADHD. And if you're actually replacing your soda, your juices, other things like that with exogenous ketones that actually increase our commutative neurotransmitters and dampen our excitatory neurotransmitters, we're going to see amazing information happen. So again, lots of information out there. You can hop over to Pruvit TV and see some of our specialists that have spoken at our different keto academies and listen to them present the scientific information. Get back with your promoter who actually invited you to this page, and they can help walk you through how to find that. So we do know ketones are amazing energy for the brain and the whole entire body. Oh, Betty's having raspberry lemonade. I love hearing that. So sometimes I just like to see what people are drinking. Um, And hello from around the world. Yes, this can absolutely be shared. You can find the last lives from the past several years. They're timestamped. So if I don't get your question answered today due to time, know that you can always find that in past lives from the past several years. Great question. If ketones give you energy, how do they help with sleep? So I often think that people can confuse the word energy and stimulant. So I think we've been seeing in the media or heard in the media, an energy drink is like a stimulant, a 5-hour energy or this energy drink. I don't have my keto kick here with me today, but when we talk about energy, when Pruvit talks about energy, we're talking about energy at the cellular level. We're giving that mitochondria, we're giving that cell more energy. The gasoline is called ATP. We're getting oxygen to the cells, so the cells are actually getting healthier. They're actually talking easier to each other because they're having more fuel source, a higher octane fuel source, so to speak. Not a stimulant like you would find like in some of the other energy drinks, or maybe people may confuse caffeine, which has a lot of amazing health benefits when given the right proportion and combined in the right formulation, like with the B vitamins and the beta hydroxybutyrate. But ketones, as we just shared, actually calm down the nervous system, so you get better focus, you get better cognition. We also know it helps calm down the nervous system, so it does give you more energy at the cellular level. So it helps get the cortisol rhythm back in a normal organic rhythm, so you have better energy during the day, so you're more likely to get things done when you get home. You wake up easier in the morning. When you get home from work, you're more likely to get your house chores done, maybe go to the gym, go for a walk your dog, play with your kiddos, get those things done that normally you're crashing at the end of the day. You're also more likely to, again, feel fuller better, so you have more energy to cook healthier foods, not just go for those snacking, because it does help suppress some of those snacky foods that maybe you would have gone for before. We have so many people sharing experiences that they just stopped craving their favorite snack food. We also know that you sleep deeper. There's so many amazing studies showing that whether in ketosis, when you go to bed, when you fall to sleep, through exogenous ketones or through natural ketosis, when your body's using endogenous ketones, it helps facilitate you getting into a deeper sleep quicker. We know that when you sleep better and through the night, not waking up periodically and get that deeper state of sleep, that your circadian rhythm is organically much better, and a better rhythm is healthier for your immune system, healthier for your brain. You're going to wake up much better. Your brain's going to defrag and sleep much better. Again, lots of studies out there, but we know that ketones calm down the brain, so it gets you in that sleep pattern quicker. So yes, it does help you sleep better because it calms down the nervous system. It helps that switch from fight or flight to rest or repose happen. I like to drink the Keto Pro, which doesn't have any caffeine. It has additional MCT and additional ketone friendly protein. About 45 minutes before bedtime is when I like to drink my Keto Pro. I know other people like their Keto Pro before and after workout. There's no wrong time to drink a Keto Pro. I also like to drink my Keto Nat about 1 to 2 to 3 o'clock. That's kind of an adrenal type. So if you're a person who knows you struggle with a little bit of adrenal fatigue, this is a time my body needs more energy. However, if you're a person who is not easy to wake up, you hit the snooze 2 or 3 times, you say, gosh, I just wish I could pop out of bed like other people. That's when your body needs energy. Maybe you don't sleep the best, so maybe a little Signal OSPM, a little Keto Pro at night, because they are very complementary towards each other. And then when you know that time is when you start to dip, the yawns start to happen in the middle of the day, that's when you want that Keto Nat. So great question. Thanks for asking that. And if you are watching this on replay, let us know later if you're catching this on replay. I know it's coming off a holiday weekend and lots of fun things have happened. And I know I'm probably missing some questions just because I don't have my computer here by my side. I'm trying to catch most of them on my phone here. But thanks for the hearts and the thumbs up. Let us know what flavor you're drinking, where you're watching from. So we always get that other question about constipation. We talked a little bit about diarrhea, but constipation can also happen when you begin your journey with pure exogenous ketones. The major function of the large intestine is to reabsorb water and get ready for evacuation. So if you're not a very good water drinker, and most people like, I just don't like water, it doesn't taste good, I have a hard time drinking water, or maybe you're on some type of pharmaceuticals that are already diuretics, and then we add ketones into the mix that are natural diuretic. We know statistically almost 79 to 80% of the world are already a little bit dehydrated even before they start their day. If you don't know if you're not a good water drinker, if you start your workout and you're thirsty 10 minutes into your workout, you're already dehydrated from the day before. It's hard in the wintertime to drink water. People just don't think about it. In summertime, it's a little bit easier, but you actually need a little bit more. If you have more than 2 or 3 servings of caffeine, you need about another 10 or 20 ounces of water for the day. So generally, you want to drink at least half your body's weight in water, plus some extra water for caffeine beverages that you drink. Again, your urine should be a light color to white color when you go to the bathroom. But if you're getting constipated, it's probably because you're not drinking enough water. So make sure you're drinking enough water. Just take 2 or 3 days and count it out. If you weigh 200 pounds, you should be drinking 100 ounces. If it's hot where you live, another 10 ounces. If you're working out and drinking caffeine beverages, whether it's coffee, tea, if it happens to be soda, or it happens to be our charged nat, another 10 to 20 ounces. Electrolytes will also help with constipation, as will the 143, our amazing MCT blend, as will the Keto Kreme, because the MCT and collagen, that will also help with constipation, as well as any type of hemorrhoids will also help with that as well, because of the collagen, the MCT. Go to water first, add the electrolytes, and you will see amazing things happen. And don't forget, you can always add more vegetables, more greens, above ground greens, more healthy fats into your diet. All those will also help. So just listen to your body, and then again, just start counting out your water, go from there. You can have anywhere from 1 to 3 electrolytes a day. Electrolytes are essential for survival. Essential means your body must have them. And as you sweat, and as you start to lose some fat, again, ketones are a mild diuretic. We lose electrolytes every single day, just through our skin, through respiration. So we know we need at least 1 serving of electrolytes a day. Some people who have a bigger muscle mass, who work out more, work in a hot environment, bigger people, you have more skin area, you just need more electrolytes. So 1 to 2 to 3 a day. Orange is my favorite flavor. Let me know what your favorite flavor is. I know some people actually like the plain flavor because they just crave salt and they love that flavor, that salty flavor. I love the orange, but this has something called PQ2 in it. It's a very specific molecule that actually helps shuttle the electrolytes into the cell. We know sometimes the cells, as we get older, aren't as healthy as they used to be. So as we get older, just like our skin, they lose some of that elasticity, and they need a little more help shuttling vitamins, minerals, and electrolytes into the cell. So we have something called PQ2, a very specific molecule that other electrolytes don't have, to ensure that it gets into the cell. It just doesn't get washed through our body. It actually gets into the cell. And you can take an electrolyte challenge when you're feeling a little fatigued, a little low. You can just take them straight like a pixie stick in the olden days, or you can put them in your hands. I prefer to have it in water, but yes, you can mix it with your ketone if you like. Absolutely. So I know we're almost out of time. A couple of questions here. What is the difference between our Mexican ketones and our keto nat? So the difference is the sweetener number 1, the sodium level number 2. So to be compliant with the compliance with the Mexican level, I'm sorry, trying to watch a couple questions here, and the boat's outside, sorry. To be compliant with the regulations in Mexico, we had to use allulose, which is an all-natural sweetener, because Pruvit wants to make everything 100% all-natural. We are gluten-free, dairy-free, kosher certified, and we wanted to use an all-natural sweetener. That was so important to us. No matter what the cost, we wanted to use all-natural and the highest grade possible. So we have erythritol and stevia in our nat and our US products. We used allulose in our Mexican products. And some people have a little bit of a gut issue with erythritol. It is a natural sugar alcohol. So if you've been drinking that, you might want to try the Mexican ketones, because they have allulose. We had to make it a liquid because allulose, you can buy granulated at the store, but when we mix it with the beta hydroxybutyrate and we shook it up, it just didn't taste to our standards. So we had to actually switch up the sweetener, make it in a liquid, and you need to reconstitute this. You need to mix it with 12 to 14 ounces of water. Don't take it like a straight shot. You need to mix it with water and drink it over 20 to 25 minutes, just like it says on the package. But there is no sodium. It's a free cell. So when we made the keto nat, it has a sodium with a little bit of calcium bound to the beta hydroxybutyrate. So you shake it with water, it mixes up, and then you drink it. It goes into the bloodstream and then goes right to the cell. That's why you get instant energy when you drink it. You can check your body will be in ketosis in less than, really, say 59 minutes. I've checked my levels of ketones and they rise in about 30 minutes. So 59 minutes. When we look at the up, which is in the carbonated, and I love the root beer. So if you got the root beer when it's on sale, give me a thumbs up. But I know some people love the apple, some people love the orange. I love the root beer. But the root beer or the up and the Mexican ketones, it's called a free cell because the ketone is bound to itself, is bound to another ketone. The same thing is true for the keto kick. It's got a potassium acetyl beta hydroxybutyrate, so it has a free cell ketone. I'm going to stop the science words. It's got a ketone bound to a ketone, and so when you mix it up, it just mixes really smoothly, and then you just take it straight. The keto kick, you don't have to mix it up. Shake it and take it straight. It is a 3-ounce neurotonic, neuroadaptogen for your brain and your body. I love the strawberry kiwi. So let me know what flavor you like. If it's a lemon drop or the strawberry kiwi. If you don't know what I'm talking about, get with somebody who does know. But they are free cell, so they're going to find no sodium in there. So if you're worried about the sodium, you can also see there's less sodium in the Keto Pro. There's no sodium in the Mexican ketones. There's no sodium in the up. It is carbonated, so if the carbonation is not a fan, you can always just open it up and let it sit for a little bit and let the carbonation out, and then you can drink it a few minutes later. Or the broth has a little bit less sodium. So you can look at all of our line of amazing products. The broth has ketones in it. We know the only one that doesn't have ketones in it is our 143, our amazing MCT blend. Our keto cream does not have ketones. However, the MCT your body can make them. Our Mito Plex does not have ketones in it either. And our Signal OS does not have ketones in it. But I hope you all have had a wonderful, wonderful time. Hopefully I brought some insight how you can use some of our amazing tools and technology and supplement products to optimize your journey towards better health. And again, this is absolutely meant to be shared. We want to help you find the tools that are necessary to optimize your journey towards your journey towards better health, so you can inspire others. And we just want to say, here at Pruvit, thank you for joining us. My name again is Dr. Heather Carden, coming to you live from Big Sand here in Dorset, Minnesota. I am the co-owner of Carden Center for Wellness in Overland Park, Kansas. You guys have an amazing day and keep on proving it.